Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Um, okay, so I have lots of notes for my meditation this morning. But ultimately, this message is about trust. And because I feel like you guys are, like, that's something that the divine is really working with you on, okay? Um, because there's this energy we've been picking up on, like your actual tribe that's coming forward, okay, or like you're aligning to this tribe, right? And we don't really want to punish those people um for like the mistakes of people in the past, right? um so the divine is saying, like, when is the first time that you can remember that somebody broke your trust? I'll tell you mine. This may not be like the actual first time, especially, you know, but I remember when my dad was getting remarried to my stepmom. This was before they decided to get married, but basically she was looking for my approval, I think, knowing that my dad probably wouldn't marry her if he didn't have my approval, or she didn't have my approval. But um, she she took me to the store and she was like, let's sew a dress together, right? We went and picked out the pattern, we picked out the fabric, and wouldn't you know that this woman didn't even know how to sew? It was intentional, right? It was intentional. It was building up my hopes, just to gain my approval, right? It was like, latching into me, and so that I would attach to, right? I didn't want to miss out on, making a dress, right? And if she went away, then that would never happen. Well, it never happened anyways. Okay. So that might be helpful, or it might just be significant, but you know, that was probably my first time that I feel like my trust was broken. And then after that, there was lots of, people that I attracted that kind of did very similar things, right? Covert narcissism, really just kind of like gaslighting or like love bombing type energy here. Okay. Now, some of the things, this whole, when I was meditating, I kept seeing an owl, which brought me to this like Harry Potter energy. Okay. Um, and there's this, it's like, like, how like the owl like would deliver the letter over and over and over again. There's this energy of like your presence is actually expected somewhere, so you're going to make it. Going back to the trust thing too, I feel like the divine may have, there's this energy of really slowing things down for you right now, so that you can be very observant of your energy or of the things around you, so that you can really look and see and notice just how protected you really are. And this isn't in like a, situation to situation thing. Like, I want you to take a minute and like look at a whole day and see how like things kind of line up for you, to show that you're protected. Okay, because I feel like the divine's really, there's just this there's this energy of of like, that's the reason why things are slow, because excuse me, still obviously clearing some things out here. But there's this energy of like, things are slow right now because it's important that you not only trust yourself, but you're able to trust this protection and trust the divine, right? Because again, there's this energy of like, you're expected to be somewhere. There's something. Now I'm being drawn up here to this note that says pivot. off of Friends, okay? Things are like, be ready to pivot, okay? Because things are doing that, but I feel like, and they will pick back up, but I feel like they are slow so that you can have this time to be observant and reflect, to see where God's protection is really just like you're really held, right? And even in the simple things, right? Again, going back to this trust here, okay? So major energy around trust. Now, I feel like part of this also too, okay, for some of you that have been dealing with like people playing with magic, right? So the very first download that I had for this message was that song where she says, "So you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're for." What does she say? I don't know, but she says, "Do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse here." Okay, so there's this energy of people who, and this kind of goes down to down here, a note that it kind of like came around full circle here, okay? Whether it be like actual magic or, because I'm picking up on people who really like, they used you and or your energy as a footstool, right? And there's almost like this energy of like the first time that they did this, it was like a drug, right? They've become very addicted to um using your energy, or it just addicted to your energy. Your energy is very addictive, collective, right? And so um yeah, it's like and with any addiction, right? It kind of takes over. You know what I mean? It's like nothing, nothing really. And it's also funny because under this pivot, okay, sorry, I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place with all these notes, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like using, when people use for the first time, right? And they get that very euphoric or like really good feeling or whatever it is, right? And they have codependency, a codependency background, or even like they're using to like fill a void, right? That's what these people did with your energy. Okay, and it caused possibly a lot of chaos here for you. Okay, but with this owl, like again, it was like this owl was very observant, okay, very like watching, and you know what I'm saying. And I feel like there's like this energy of we're I'm picking up on big Harry Potter energy here. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay, and so there's like this Hagrid energy. Sorry, I was drawing a blank on his name. There's like this Hagrid energy of like Hagrid is expecting Harry, right? The whole school is expecting Harry, but Hagrid is the one that shows up and is like, yeah, no, like you're coming with me, right? Even though, right, the letters kept getting tossed out and whatever it is, right? There's like this owl energy here, okay, that keeps delivering some sort of message, okay, but and it's like, okay, there's this energy that's about to take things into their own hands to make sure that you pivot properly, or that you you go where you're meant to go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. um there's a lot of third eye activations going on at this time, okay? And then I also got the song Eye of the Tiger, right? You're gonna hear me roar. That might be significant, but this is like this energy that I feel like you're showing up with. um but under this note of pivot, right? It's funny because I heard this, like, how they're making songs with like affirmations. I didn't realize that I was made this note, but with this pivot, it says money coming to me easily. underneath that. All right. So there's a shift, there's a pivot that's happening here within you that is going to kind of, and then underneath that we have cinnamon, right? So cinnamon actually attracts abundance, but it just might be a synchronicity. Also, it might be a synchronicity of cinnamon and coffee. Somebody may put their cinnamon in their coffee. Um, I think that's good. I've only done it a couple times, but it was weird when I was actually drinking my coffee. I could taste cinnamon in my coffee and I didn't put it in there. So, um, now there's this energy too, right? A message that came through random, super. I don't know how this applies. It could just be a synchronicity, but I heard you look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad, right? And that's the second time that I picked up on a line from Jennifer Coolidge lately. Okay. But in that movie Legally Blonde, right, we have Paulette Parcell. Okay. That's her name. So those names might be significant. But, Legally Blonde, right? If you think about that, like nobody expected her to graduate law school. And that's what I'm saying. That's this energy is like, you are going to get, like, nobody can stop you, even if um yeah, even if there are, like, I feel like it's like 2 to 3 people who really got carried away and addicted to your energy, right? And addicted to doing whatever they were doing that like pushed you down and rose them up. You see what I'm saying? It could have been like gossip or slander or, magic, or I don't know, whatever it is. It's like they got very carried away, but again, it's like you are so protected, and the divine is slowing things down in order for you to see this, in order for you to recognize this, and this is actually going to help you trust where you're going, right? Because again, it's like trusting this new tribe, it's like trusting where you're going, maybe even trusting these opportunities that come towards you. And so the divine's saying like, hey, take a minute and think back to the first time that you feel as though your trust was violated or that you were betrayed, right? And for me, like I said, it was all the way back when I was like, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old when that happened. You know what I'm saying? So and then that cycle, that created like a programming in me, and that I couldn't trust people, or that you know um, that people really, they didn't really mean what they said, or like they didn't have good intentions, and then it attracted those kind of people, right? um, and for some of you, there is this energy. I kept, I'm there's a couple people in my life that, because I'm recognizing, um, like really recognizing and seeing the betrayal for what it is, right? Like, and that just like really, they really never did have um necessarily good intentions for me, right? I personally am even having a hard time forgiving them, okay? Because like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? But you know a covert narcissist, or somebody who is like that, they've they've been through some shit, right? And this is not to give them an excuse, but it's to help you forgive, right? I just prayed and I was just like, God, please, please help me forgive these people, because like I am ready to let them go. You know what I mean? And that's when that energy came through about, your energy being very addictive, right? And how you could get carried away, right? It's like this, it's like, these people just got really carried away. But, going back up here, they're reminding me of like that coming at you like a door course. Um, anyone from the past and anyone right now that tries to test your energy, that tries to, like dump on you, or tries to do any type of like hoodoo, or, whatever it is that they do, slander, try to make you feel some type of way, tries to get you in their energy. This is like they want some sort of last laugh, but they're not going to have it, right? This is like a desperate attempt to stay attached to you. And again, you're expected somewhere. You're going to get there, okay? Even if Hagrid has to come pick you up on his flying motorcycle. Okay. So like there's this energy too of like these people honestly, they really did serve you in a type of way here. And we have to remember like the things that you signed up for. Chances are you signed up to kind of, uh, whether they realize it or not, you signed up to actually like send these energies back to where they came from, right? You signed up to bring justice to these energies that have possibly been using others as their footstool for lifetimes, maybe even. Okay. And I know that it doesn't make it any easier to forgive these people because like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, like it is helpful to pull yourself out of the situation and understand and know that like you're actually the fucking hero here, right? And that is in the most humble way. It's not an ego-based thing. It's a you sign up to bring these, I feel like they're like dark witches, right? These like evil, you know, people that are again, they're just bitter. They were hurt at some point in their life, and rather than turning their pain into purpose, they are using their pain to take advantage of others here. Okay. um, they're using their pain against others, and that's not who you are, right? And so the divine is really saying like, hey, you know um, if you're having a hard time forgiving these people, just for help ask for help. um, because again, there's this major shift, there's this big energy here. Like your life is really beginning to pivot. And so yeah, so it's important that you allow it to actually pivot, and again, without holding a grudge. Okay. And they're telling me that these people, right, again, it's this last chance to try to kind of piggyback or like hold on to your energy or use it to their advantage. I'm feeling like a lot of people are actually possibly getting like sick here, okay, or like having health issues, or like whatever they had built on your energy is falling down, it's breaking down. um and we've been picking up on that energy a lot, but but the theme for you is to trust, right? To trust. Okay. um because I'm telling you, money is about to flow to you easily with this pivot. But so like, be ready to pivot. Be ready to pivot. Yeah, I don't know why I underlined that, and I underlined Jennifer Coolidge and Paulette Parcell here. Okay. Um, yeah, there's this, energy of, they've gotten away with whatever for an extended amount of time, but they can't anymore. So things are pivoting for you, and the divine's saying, just reflect, look back, see how well you have been taken care of, how well you can really trust us and lean into the divine. And because that's the most important part of what you're experiencing right now, and that's really why things have slowed down here. Okay, it's almost to activate activate you in this space of being like, worrying about being able to trust the process, being able to trust yourself, being able to trust others, you know, especially with this, Mercury retrograde here. Like I feel like we're already seeing, some of the pre-effects, right? Some of the pre-energy here. Okay. And it's like, with that being said, it's very much aligned. It makes perfect sense that this is kind of all happening here. Um, yeah, I heard, do you trust me? Yeah, because also too, again, it's like this, your tribe is coming, and it's important that you trust, that you have trust in your tribe, here, okay, and that you're able to open yourself up fully to even receive your tribe. And I don't think they'll really show up, um, before you're ready, just out of protection of everyone involved. But this is like part of, what is, um, part of this process, right? So, yeah, this is the energy that's kind of happening at this time. So if you're like, what the fuck? That's why. That's why you're being activated to actually ask, what the fuck? So that you can tap into wherever you're feeling that mistrust, wherever you had been betrayed in the past. Because again, you're crossing that bridge, going back to yesterday's message, you're crossing that bridge. But in order to do that, you have, I feel like there's this energy of like needing to really let go of, this. Oh, I heard this story of yesterday. So whatever, and yesterday is a very generalized statement. Yesterday could have been very significant for a lot of you. I don't know. But like needing to let go of the story of the past so that this new timeline um, can really be integrated here. Okay. Um, hmm. You know, Also too, I feel like there's an energy of like, these people really didn't know, what they were messing with. They saw you as this like little sweet innocent, you know girl, boy, whatever. But that's where the divine, that's where it's always the trickiest. You know what I'm saying? They're reminding me of this, show. I can't remember what it was. I was watching it with Michael the other day, and oh, was it, what's that movie? But he's like this warrior, and he's trying to become. Anyways, there's this battle that he goes, right? He has to fight off like, shit, I can't remember what it's called. I think we've talked about it before. But and he goes, and there's, he has to choose between, he's fighting all of these monsters or whatever it is, right? To like send them back to where they came from or whatnot. And it's like, he walks outside and, not saying that you're a monster, but it's like, because it's very significant, but oh, this also may seem significant too, as far as, but there was a big guy standing there, right? Like a big guy, and then there was like a little kid, but the monster was actually the little kid. But the person, the guy that was like fighting all those battles, he knew that. So there's something too about this person trying to show up in some sort of innocent light right now, and you know better. Okay? Yeah. And it's very important that you trust your intuition here. Okay? Um, and there's like this energy of like, yes, it's important to forgive these people, but for yourself, not in order to bring them back into your life, because you know, and take that as it resonates, right? I mean, for everyone it's going to be different, but I just feel like you're moving on to different people, different things, more soul family, if you will. Okay? So yeah, I feel like that's the theme for today, is taking a look at that, kind of realizing where that came from, where that programming has come from, so that you can release this and move forward, and then, and taking time to reflect on how protected you are. There's a very critical energy around, I feel like. Okay? This person is just being like, and they may show up, especially if you have some sort of platform. They may show up in multiple different accounts. This is just some sort of keyboard warrior here. All right. Um, and yeah, I'm hearing for a lot of you, it's the same person, just showing up in different accounts or whatever. But hey, excuse me, aunt. Could be an ant. Like literally, it could be an ant. But also, this person is as small as an ant, right? That's how you make them feel, is as small as an ant, because your energy is so big. I'm telling you, collective, your energy is addictive. Okay? And they have no idea what's coming for them, right? They played with this magic, or they played with you, right? And I almost feel like it's like, maybe even their team was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this?" Yeah, they're getting trampled. They are getting trampled right now. Okay. So just know that. So just like, I feel like the divine is saying, listen, we're handling that. If you could just focus on cutting cords and cutting ties from these energies that really didn't think you were shit, or that you were going to be shit. And that was the whole plan. That was the whole plan. That was the whole setup. These people have been set up. And checkmate, darling. Checkmate, darling. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there. Look, this is what I drew. So the circle, and then we've got the tree with all the roots. Those are roots. The tree, and then I don't know what this little squiggly is, but almost looks like it could be a tadpole, or some of you I know are probably going to say it looks like sperm. You know, it comes from sperm? New life. Pivot! I love you.